Hey friends. Welcome to the Sunday summary. I'm Christa David, and I'm an artist, entrepreneur, mother, also a dog mom. I'm a lot of things. Anyway, thank you for coming. So, haven't done one of these in a while, years actually, but I wanted to bring back the vlog. Sunday summary, tell you how things are going over in Christa David. Oh, I'm showing all the girls. Christa David land. And I'm gonna just jump right into it because so many things have happened. And I'm just gonna stay present. I'm not gonna try to bring you up to speed. If you found me because you follow me on Instagram at christadavid.art, then you already know. Like, I keep you in the loop. Making the arts, doing the public health work, just trying to get it together. So I'm going to focus on the present. And presently, the big news of the last couple weeks is, drum roll, I bought a house! Yay! Or mortgage, however you want to describe it for yourself. I got me a house on a little piece of land, and it's a fixer. It's not like an extreme fixer, but it needs a little love, which I'm giving it currently. Let me just take a minute to tell you a little bit about the process of buying a house in this wild, wild market. So, I decided, and it was mainly my best friend. Shout out to my best friend who's also a therapist. I have my own therapist, but she also is a therapist, so she knows how to handle me. But she had put she encouraged me to kind of start thinking about buying something now, because I was just looking for a new place to live. I was going to leave Atlanta, go back north. I really like DC and the DMV area, but I was going to head back to New York. I was just like, let me just slide this $2,700 a month, pay this rent, get me a little place across the street from a park so my dog has a place to run around. And I was willing to do that. But I've always wanted a house. I always wanted to have sort of like a permanent, even though it's in quotations because nothing's really permanent. But I wanted a permanent space for myself, so that I can sort of put down some roots and fortify myself so that I can make art for the rest of my life. So that's always been like something I've thought about. I just didn't know it was possible. And it was actually something that I heard Kerry James Marshall, he's one of the greatest living painters alive. He mentioned in a talk about when he was starting his art career after, finishing up art school, and he knew that getting a place to live for him and his wife and a place where they can work, because they're both artists, was going to be very important, because stabilizing your finances and it's just helpful for deciding how much money you need to make in order to continue to live your life and make your art. So having something that's stable that you can sort of create in is really important. I've thought about it for years since hearing him mention this in a talk. I think it was in 2017 at the Met or something. And I was just like, right, I need a house, a place where I can do my work, live quietly, not have to worry about fluctuating bills or anything like that, or too much. And I just put it away. And then it came back up this year. My lease was up in January. I asked my landlord, could I do a month to month? He was okay with that. I think he increased the rent by $100 so I could do month to month, whatever. And then my friend of mine gave me her real estate agent, and then we started out. We started in May. He said to me, this could either go quickly or it could take several months. He was honest about that up front. So I was like, okay, but I'm hoping to get in there, get my things and go. So I think one of the things that I had a lot of people tell me at the beginning of this process that, oh, it's so hard to get a mortgage when you're self-employed, blah, blah, blah. I like when people give me their perspective. I listen, but I'm wise enough to know that everybody's situation is going to be different. I had no problem getting a mortgage. I got pre-approved within 24 hours. And the only thing you need to know about getting a mortgage as a self-employed person is you need 2 years of business tax returns. If your business is doing well and you can demonstrate that you're making money, they'll pre-approve you based off of that. So that's what I had. It wasn't a big deal. That was the least stressful part of the process, was getting a pre-approval. When it got time to get a final mortgage, there were a couple things that stressed me out, but they weren't issues because I was self-employed. It was just, oh, the lender wants wanted my accountant to write a memo describing the profit loss for the current year. I had to write a memo explaining why I didn't make much money in my art business at the beginning of the year. And that was a simple memo like, hey, I make most of my money from my art in the fourth quarter, holiday season, people buy art, blah, blah, blah. But it was only stressful because I was new to the process, so my emotions were up and down because I didn't know. This was my first time. But if you are self-employed and you want to buy a house, just keep your books clean. Organize your things, make sure you have an accountant, file your taxes, pay your taxes, and you just submit those, and mine was straightforward. Buying the house, though, it was an emotional roller coaster. The market is wild. People were asking for all sorts of things that I was not willing to do or pay for. I mean, people were going in 40, 50,000 above asking, and they was going to pay cash, pay the difference in cash. I was not going to do that. And I cried. I submitted in total 5 offers. Only one of the homes was move-in, just completely move-in ready, finished basement, ready for my studio, etc. But the guy was asking for way too much, like $50,000 over what we knew the house was going to appraise for. Anyway, did not get that house, did not get the other 4 houses, but it was the 5th house. I love numbers. 5 is the number for grace. But it was the 5th house. 5th time was the charm. And the house is perfect for me and my needs. And it does need work. I have to have the whole house. The electrical needs to be updated. I need a new kitchen. I need new bathrooms. They're all workable and livable, and I will live with them because I am gonna prioritize finishing the basement because I want to bring my studio back home in 2022. So the basement will be worked on first this year. So yeah, I bought a house. And I will say this, because I'm gonna be very transparent about numbers right now, and I don't want to trigger anybody. I talk openly and honestly about money because I've had a lot of shame around it, and part of my healing is me talking candidly about numbers. So I know that's not something everybody can do, so you can turn the video off or fast forward or what have you, but I'm about to tell you the numbers. So the houses, I got pre-approved. It was weird. I got pre-approved for what I asked for, which was $265,000. But that was just because I asked for that because I had my eye on this one house that was $265,000. Later, as we were looking at houses and realizing we needed to extend our budget, it was like, okay, you can ask for more. So I think my last ask was for $330,000. Quite frankly, I think I could have gotten upwards of $400,000 in a mortgage, according to my income. But here's the thing. Why get a $400,000 mortgage when you don't need a $400,000 mortgage? Hello? You're not going to catch me? I'm not going to be out here talking about I'm house poor. I am not with that. So no, I did not want a $400,000 mortgage. I didn't even want a $350,000 mortgage. I did see one house for $330,000, and it was beautiful. It had a carriage house in the back, which I was like, we can Airbnb that. That's a whole little tiny house back there. But I was like, no, I want to be under budget. So that's one thing. You can get approved for something, but the question is, what is the kind of life that you want to live in order to maintain that? I don't want to have to keep consulting and doing other things to bring in money outside of my art so I can pay my mortgage. And it's just not the mortgage you have to pay. You got to take care of the whole house. So I factored all of that into my budget, and I said, okay, if I know I want to have a cleaning person come in to clean my house, if I know I want to have a landscaper to be out here with this lawn twice a month, if I know I want to furnish it in a certain way, like I want to have nice things, I want to have my studio at home, like it was just, and all the stuff started adding up, and I said, oh, well, why are you you don't need to get a $330,000 house. How about you get a house that's $250,000 or less? That way you have room. In the money that I pay myself every month, I have room. So I ended up buying a house. It's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, raised ranch. I think that's what it's called, or a split level. These terms confuse me. The point is that it's on an incline, and you walk into the entryway, and then the rooms are in the back of the house up a couple stairs. And then downstairs is the basement. The best thing about my house, I have an above ground basement with 8 windows. And it has 8 windows around the 3 sides. The 4th side is the crawl space in the back. And it has 10.5-foot ceilings. The rest of the house has standard 8-foot ceilings, but the basement has the 10.5-foot ceilings, and then when it's finished, it'll go down to 9.5, which is still nice and airy and bright for a studio in the basement. So that was the thing for me. And this listing, I would have never gone to see this house based on the listing photos. They were trash. You couldn't even tell what was happening in the house. But I read the description, and at that point in my journey, I was looking at every house that had a basement because bringing the studio back home was a priority. And yeah, I got my house, and it's lovely. And I can move in today, but I'm not moving in until October 30th because I needed to give 60-day notice here. And then I need to tidy up and clean and paint and that kind of stuff. Yeah, so I'm just going to phase out my little improvements. I'm going to take my time. I am so grateful. It's a solid house. Again, just the electrical needs to be updated, but everything else is solid according to the inspection. And I got it for $228,000. Ding! Yeah, you heard me. $228,000 in this market for a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, split level, all brick, and they put an addition on the back. It's a sunroom. That's an extra 400 square feet. So the total square footage is 1,540 square feet to the house. Yeah, I can't believe it either. And wait till you see what I'm gonna do with it. So anyway, that's the news for this week. Got a house, got it for $228,000, which was my offer. It was listed for $225,000. I put in $228,000 not because I was trying to be aggressive, but that's what I thought the listing said. So I just told my real estate agent, we saw the house. Actually, I should back up and tell that story. The house was already under contract with someone else, but it fell out and it showed back up on Zillow. Within 12 hours of it showing up on Zillow, I saw it and I was like, Robert, I want to add this to the list. Robert is my real estate agent. Add this to the list. we saw a bunch of houses that day. That was the last one on the list. And I was like, the photos look nothing like this house. This is perfect. It checks all the boxes. And within 30 minutes of leaving the viewing, we put in an offer. And I had said 228 because I thought that's what the listing was for, but it was for 225. They accepted my offer within 30 minutes of me submitting it, and I was under contract 60 minutes. That was not my experience with the other 4 houses. The other 4 houses was submitted an offer. I submitted aggressive offers for these fixer-uppers, and a fair offer for that other one that was finished. And they were just hemming and hawing, playing around. They went with somebody else. But that's because those houses weren't for me. When I think about those houses in comparison to what I ended up with, I'm like, wow, God, you wanted me to have this nice thing. You wanted me to have this amount of space, which is still a nice amount of space so I can have guests, I can have my dog. You know, I'm still doing what I need to do to keep myself safe. So having zones in my house where I can work in different areas was important. And yeah, so this was the better house. And it happened so quickly, like effortlessly. Within an hour, I was under contract. So anyway, I am going to post the link to the walkthrough video. And it's a short video. It's about, I would put it into this one, but it's going to make this video way long. So I'll just post the link and like have it as a separate walkthrough video. And I'm just going to show you the upstairs because I think that's what I was able to record. Or maybe I'll post 2 videos. I'll post the video that is the longer video where this is what I saw when I went into the house. I was under contract. I was still in my due diligence period, and just sort of having inspectors and contractors come look at the house during that 1 week due diligence period. So you'll see exactly what I saw. It does have trash in the basement. It did have some random things in the bedroom. I'm going to show you that long video. Actually, am I going to show you that long video? Yeah, if it's okay, I'll show you the long video. I want to make sure that no one knows where I live. So if I can cut out some of the exterior stuff, I will. And then there's a shorter video after the house was deep cleaned or cleaned by professionals. It still wasn't painted or anything like that, but things were cleaned up. So I can show you that video too. So I'll put those links in the comments below so you can see my house, the before. And then, because this journey is really important to me and I just want to document it for myself, I set up another Instagram account. Not because I want to be on the Instagram, because I don't work for them. Instagram really wants us to work for them. They want us to do reels and tags and tickets and widgets. I don't even know. Okay. But I did set up a separate Instagram account so that I can share little things like I'm picking out paint colors, or like I have mood boards for my bathroom. I have a 1950s or 60s bathroom. The house was built in 1961. I have 4x4 blue tile in one of the bathrooms. And I think the ensuite was probably pink, but the previous owners painted it white, painted over the tile, so it looks cleaner. But the baby blue tile, I want to show you what I'm going to do as part of my phase 1 makeover. So I'm doing phase 1 makeovers, just getting everything tidy and pretty so I can move into the house October 30th. And then after that, I'll start working with a architect and a designer to revamp the bathrooms and change the footprint of the ensuite, because I want a larger ensuite because I deserve. And I love my guests, but y'all don't need, you don't need the bathtub. I need the bathtub. And when the god babies come visit, they can use my bathroom and get in the bathtub. So anyway, I want to have the nice things. So yeah, I'm gonna do phase one sort of makeovers, just tidying up things, paint, light fixtures, that kind of stuff. And then work on redoing the kitchen and the bathrooms in the new year. And then this year, just focus on the basement so that I can write it off in this calendar year. Because the whole basement will be my studio. Get to write that off. Everything. All of it. Well, I gotta check with my accountant, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean. Anyway, this is a long video. I'm gonna cut it because I'll be talking more about this home buying process. This was straight off the top. I didn't have an outline. I'll do better next time. These videos are not edited, so please don't come here for this on this channel looking for videos that have been edited, spliced together. You may hear noises. I have the laundry going. Listen, I don't have time. I don't work for YouTube. And also, I don't know how to edit videos. I don't really know how to do it. That's the truth. But, you know, if this sort of, you know, if I can do this every month and it's feeling okay, I'll do a little bit of light editing. But I honestly don't really know how to do it in an efficient way. So I'm literally going to stop this recording. I'm going to upload it. And it's going to be what it's going to be. I think I have an little intro thing that I made years ago. I think I'll tack that onto the front. I don't know how to tack on the little lower thirds with the subscribe and all that stuff. If I figure that out, I'll do it. But if you want to catch up with me, keep up with me every week in the Sunday summary, I'm going to be sharing about what's going on in business, in life, in the house, you know, with the house. Yeah, so if you're curious about how an artist is trying to create a life that supports her art practice and her art business, come on back. We'll be talking about money. I mean, all of it, candidly, numbers. I'll be sharing with you exactly what I'm paying for stuff. Like, I just bought doorknobs. At my big age of 41, I bought doorknobs. Not from the dollar store. Not from like the discount hardware store. I bought doorknobs from Wayfair. The doorknobs were $97 each. I'm still tripping over that. That was a huge investment for me. But I wanted these brass doorknobs because I can't afford right now to buy new doors for the bedrooms because bedroom doors cost money. And I should mention that everything that I'm doing in my house as far as the renovations, cash. I don't have any renovation loan. I'm not using any credit cards except I will use credit cards to pay for things that I already have cash for, just so I can get like points or whatever. But I have an account that has cash in it that's marked home renovations. If the money is not in that account, we can't pay for the thing. So right now, most of my money is going to electrical, but I'll talk about that next week. I'll let you know what I've spent so far on different tradespeople, getting estimates, and the work for the electrician and the getting the floors free-finished, that kind of stuff. But I did make a tiny purchase, and that was the doorknobs. I bought 6 doorknobs. 6 doorknobs. One of the doorknobs for the closet inside the bathroom, I didn't buy a doorknob for that. You ain't gonna see that. That closet is not, you're not gonna see it. I'm just gonna spray paint that one. But the ones that you will see as you walk down the hallway, those have new doorknobs, each $97. I can't believe it. I can't believe it myself. Anyway, but so far that is the biggest expense. I was like, I want nice things. So I got some brass doorknobs from Wayfair. And yeah. Oh, I didn't even tell you about my Instagram account. Okay, so the Instagram account, and I'll link it in the show notes, or it's not the show notes because this is not a podcast. I can't keep it together. This is not a podcast. This is a YouTube vlog. But in the description, you will have all the information about where to find me on Instagram, both my art account, but then if you want to see like the details around home stuff, it is called At Home with Christa David. Like @ home with Christa David. I know, it's cute. And I am looking for people to give me some free things, so anyway, thank you for listening. It was a long, chatty vlog. And I can't believe my puppy. He's just sitting here looking crazy. He's sleeping with his paws up in the air. He's so cute. Anyway, he has his own Instagram account, so I'll also link that below if you want to see Booker St. James, aka Books, because I love books. I collect them. I read them sometimes. Anyway, I'm gonna say bye now because this is the kind of, it gets so weird and awkward and like, how do we cut this off? I don't know. Just show back up next Sunday. There will be another videos every Sunday. In between stuff is on Instagram. Okay. See, it's so awkward. I'm just gonna press the button right now.